Hey guys, welcome back to Gossips in the Dorm. It's been a little bit, but I can't explain. Around this time for me is I'm studying for finals, or I'm about to have finals. So it's been a little bit of a crazy few weeks. I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. I just kind of wanted to recap with you guys how college has been and update you guys on some things, and especially talk to you about how I've been preparing for finals and the end of this semester, and kind of give you guys hopefully some good or any advice, not even just to those who are also in college like me, but also some of you who are still in high school, and hopefully give you guys some good advice that can help you prepare for your exams in January and start the new semester and get a head start into college life. I mean, I don't really have much to say about that since I'm just a freshman, but I have a little bit. So to start off with all the classes I'm taking Pre-Calc, English 101, Microeconomics, Textile Technology, a class on strategies in Wilson College of Textiles. Yeah, I think that's it. And then there's band. But band, there's not much I do in that class. You know, it's really just practices and going to games and performing at those games. But for these other classes, I've been preparing for them normally like I would in high school, but you know, there's a lot of in high school there's a lot of stuff you can get graded on for. In college, not so much, at least for me, in like specific classes. Like English, yeah, I would get a lot of like participation credit for stuff, and that's really nice, and I think that's my best class so far, especially with, I have had 3 projects so far in that class, and then my last project, which is going to be my final. But those kind of just sum up my grade entirely. Same with Textile Technology, like my tests kind of sum up my whole grade. I have some homeworks, but those don't really take into account so much for my grade. And then there's Microeconomics, same thing, there's homeworks and weekly assignments, but then the tests kind of sum up that. And then Pre-Calc, which is the worst one. It's only homework and only tests that you get graded on, like most math classes, but for some reason this one I cannot stand the grading, especially because I can't use a calculator in that class. Don't ask why, it's just you get what you get in college no matter what class. So some Pre-Calc classes allow a calculator, mine does not. So but anyways, so because all my classes have been laid out like this, it's definitely prepared me for knowing how I should be studying and preparing for my final exams and all these classes. I have to do a final project for English, and that'll be a surprise, and then a final project for textile, like the strategies in Wilson College, which is actually this podcast. This whole podcast was part of a project and almost like an experiment, just to kind of see how it would go for me and what I would learn from it, and maybe even what you guys would learn from it. And it's been really, really fun so far, even though I haven't gotten to upload very much. But I found like today that I just wanted to do it because I had the time, and I just had the urge to like talk to you guys. It's something that I can't really explain fully. I just have stuff to like share with you guys and have the urge to do so. But for this class, I am so excited that I get to present it and share with the class what I've learned from this entire project that hopefully that goes well in class and I get an okay grade. But as for my other classes, it's going to be a normal test per usual. Honestly, they're not as scary as I thought. Like how they talk about it, it's like it's all like multiple choice or true or false for like 2 of my classes, and that kind of toned down the nervousness for me in that. Not that I'm not gonna like study crazy for them, just I'm not as nervous for it because it's literally just as similar to what I've been doing before for my previous tests for those classes. I will say this semester entirely has gone by like so fast. Like it truly feels like I started these classes like 2 weeks ago. Like it just, all of this went by so fast, and I kind of feel like I haven't had enough time to prepare fully or feel like I could gain all the knowledge, or what's the word? It's like I feel like I'm just now realizing how to pertain the information I'm learning and like understand it fully. Like I remember when I was in textile technology, it just like clicked like that, but it wasn't until like 2 months later that I figured out how I should be studying and taking notes for that class in particular, and how I should be like working around specific classes, because they're like different in like they're more advanced than what I'm like used to, you know? That has also been a really big change for me. Is high school I took a lot of more like I would say intermediate classes, for me at least. Stuff that maybe I wouldn't really push myself in, but just because that's what felt like hard to me. Especially senior year, like doubling up on math and just doing AP Stat, like in my first AP class senior year, felt like a really big push. So the fact that I'm here at NC State, which is pretty known for having like more difficult and advanced classes, I feel like a little behind, but I think that's all the process of learning. I definitely changed my mindset about a lot of things, especially grades and how hard I want to push myself. In high school it was very different, because like if I was already like in that like higher grade range and I knew I could like reach even a little bit more, and like I could I'm trying so hard not to like expose my grades here, but if I know I could get to that my personal highest grade, like my expectation for that, then I would obviously like try, because it was not as difficult in high school. But now for me it's like it's a crazy shift in general, and I'm trying my best to adjust to that. But I'm trying to be okay with the fact that it's not going as I expected, and that it's a lot harder than I assumed, especially it being my first semester. I'm really trying to come to terms with being okay with that. But it doesn't mean that I don't want to push myself and put in more effort next semester. I kind of just wanted to take this semester to figure out what in particular I should be doing and how I should be studying, how I should be learning, because this is an entirely different environment. I love it. I love that I get to be really independent, but it's because I'm a lot more independent, it feels a little difficult. I also want to say that I've talked to my friends about this a lot. Like, I'm very privileged that I'm close to home, that I can rely on my parents to pick me up and come back home, even if it's just for a couple of hours. Because being here then again and adjusting to the environment and the harder classes, it's been overwhelming and difficult for me to process. Sometimes it's too much. It's definitely affected my sleep and my mental health. So because of that, I've had to come back home and stay at home a little bit. And I just kind of want to share that in general because I don't think that's anything new to me or to anybody in general, like that feeling. And I think it's totally okay to feel like that, especially when you're in a new environment. I think it's okay to express that, and then also to be able to rely on people when you're in that kind of scenario. And then again, I'm very, very, very grateful for my parents and the fact that I get to go home and just rely on them, ask them for help, and be completely vulnerable with them. It's been so amazing. Then again, especially since my personal health has kind of like changed in like so many different ways being in college. Not saying it's gonna continue to be this way, it's just how it's been this semester because, you know, there's so many new things. And I'm not saying this is how it's gonna go, this is how it is for other people. I'm not saying that it is, or this is how it's gonna go for you when you go to college, but it's just how it's been for me because, you know, I had no expectations. I really didn't know what to expect coming in. And I'm really glad I didn't go very far because if I did, I don't know how I would be dealing with anything. Maybe I would be a little bit stronger, not going home as often, not being so homesick. Maybe there's that. Hopefully I'll get better at that. Other than that, let's go back to classes and figuring that stuff out. Then again, finals are coming up for me literally this week. I have 2 in one day, so I get to get onto that. And then 2 projects this week as well. Same thing, but not that I haven't been preparing for those since the start of the semester. That's kind of how obviously how the classes work, is you're preparing for them since the start of the class. So, not that I'm not prepared in getting ready for those or doing those, just that it's a lot at once. It's like happening so fast, and then it's over. It's literally over for me next Monday, and next Monday is my last final and also the day Christmas break starts for me, which I'm really happy about. Hopefully I'll keep myself busy with the job, but also really happy that I get to be at home and see my friends again. That will be so nice. Yeah. Other than that, I think we can go back to just talking about like personal life and personal health, because that really does matter to me and to us overall when it comes to this time around, you know. Then again, ending the semester with finals and everything, it's really important that, you know, of course you want to stay on task and make sure that you're prepared, but it's really important that you're focusing on yourself and taking care of yourself, because there's definitely been weeks where I had not been on top of that and it was just getting super bad. But then again, that's why I had went to my parents, because, you know, I love like the connections I've made here, but sometimes, you know, there's certain things I want to go to the people closest to me and rely on them, have their help with that. So, and I do want to let you guys know that it's, you know, it's totally okay to feel very overwhelmed and stressed around this time, especially for those that again in high school who are still finishing things up and then have exams next year. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, like there's so much going on, but it's really important to know that your personal health really, really, really does matter, and that you should be focusing on that as much as you're focusing on academics and studying and preparing for whatever you're preparing for school-wise. It is truly so important. I can't stress it enough, because then again, I've realized how much not taking care of my own health has affected me and has affected my personal life transitioning into college and academics. And I'm always here to help you guys, and anyone that knows me, you can always talk to me and we can always talk it out. I love being able to talk to my friends here and my friends back at home just about how things have been and connect on whatever struggles we have, even if they're very different. It's very nice to just talk it out like it is right now on this podcast. There's my piece of advice, just, really focus on your mental, emotional, and physical health just as much as you're focusing on academics, because, those two really do have a connecting relationship with one another. It's so important to focus on that. Other than that, other piece of advice I could give you is, also to myself, is that, know that you are truly doing your best, and it's okay to not meet whatever high expectations you had, because, things happen, things change, and, you learn from your mistakes, and you learn from, those adapting things happening around you. So just know that you are doing your best and you're putting your best effort, and it's gonna be okay. That's what I'm telling myself, and hopefully these finals go completely okay, and that Christmas break just comes to me like that. It's just like happens tomorrow. I wish. But other than that, that's all I have to share with you guys today. I really hope you guys are doing so well. Feel free to contact me about anything and everything. But other than that, then again, that's all I have for you guys today. Can't wait to see you guys again. And happy December. Good luck with finals.